It was one of those evenings when the quietness of Maplewood seemed heavier than usual. Emily Carter sat on the porch swing of her white-painted house, a cup of chamomile tea warming her hands, though the warmth did little to ease the storm brewing in her chest. The late summer sky glowed with fading orange and deepening purple, but instead of admiring it, Emily found herself staring off blankly, her thoughts spinning in circles. Her husband, Daniel Carter, had just come home after 2 weeks away for business. He hugged their kids, Jason and Lily, with his usual affection, asked about school, and sat down for dinner as if everything was the same. To anyone else, it might have looked normal. But Emily noticed what others wouldn't. The way his smile didn't quite reach his eyes, the way his hands lingered in his lap longer than usual, the way silence seemed to follow him around like an unwanted shadow. Emily had always prided herself on being able to read her husband. After 12 years of marriage, she thought she knew his moods better than anyone. And lately, something was off. Her best friend Sarah had told her not to jump to conclusions. Emily, Sarah had said just 2 days ago, while they sat sipping coffee at the corner cafe, sometimes life hands you things that feel bigger, stronger, beyond anything you can handle. But it doesn't always mean the worst. Sometimes it's just life's way of testing you. Emily wanted to believe that. She wanted to believe her husband's distraction was nothing more than work stress, the same way she wanted to believe the ache in her chest was just her imagination running wild. But doubt is like water dripping on stone. Over time, it carves deep. That night, when the kids were asleep, Emily sat across from Daniel in the living room. The TV flickered with some crime drama, but the sound was low and neither of them was really watching. "Daniel," she began cautiously, "you've been different. Is something going on?" He rubbed his palms together, eyes fixed on the floor. "Work's been rough. I don't want to dump it on you, but I guess I haven't been doing a good job hiding it." Emily studied him, searching his expression. She wanted to believe him, to take his words at face value. But her instincts tugged at her. "Rough how?" she asked softly. He hesitated, his jaw tightening. "It's complicated." And that was the end of it for now. In the days that followed, Emily found herself more restless. She noticed him staring off into space, the late-night phone calls he claimed were with colleagues, the way he tossed and turned in bed. She wanted to trust him, but suspicion gnawed at her. She had heard too many stories from women in town, stories of marriages shaken by secrets, and her heart trembled at the thought that hers might be next. One evening, while folding laundry, she caught Jason, their 11-year-old son, watching her curiously. "Mom," he said, "why's Dad so tired all the time? Did something happen at work?" Emily forced a smile, trying to keep her voice light. "Grown-up stuff, honey. Nothing for you to worry about." But inside, she wasn't so sure. Then came the night Daniel finally sat her down. His hands trembled slightly as he held hers. "Emily, I haven't been honest with you. Not because I wanted to lie, but because I didn't know how to tell you without scaring you." Her heart thudded in her chest. "Tell me what?" He took a deep breath. "The company is struggling. I've been working day and night, trying to keep us afloat. I put our savings into a project that I believed could turn things around. If it works, we'll be fine, better than fine. But if it doesn't," he trailed off, unable to finish. Emily froze. Of all the possibilities she had imagined, she hadn't expected this. It wasn't another person that stood between them. It was risk, fear, and a burden he had carried silently. "You used our savings?" she whispered. "I had to try," he said, his voice heavy. "I couldn't just watch everything collapse. I thought I could fix it before you even had to know. I thought I could protect you and the kids." Her emotions swirled, shock, anger, fear, but also relief. Relief that it wasn't betrayal. Relief that the shadow between them was not unfaithfulness, but a desperate attempt to hold their lives together. That night, Emily couldn't sleep. She lay awake, listening to Daniel's breathing beside her. She thought about their early years, about the way they had dreamed together, about the promises they had made to stand by each other through thick and thin. And she realized that this moment, this fear, was their test. The days that followed were filled with tension. The bills piled up, The whispers around town grew louder as word spread of Daniel's company troubles, and the pressure weighed on them like never before. There were arguments, sharp words spoken in exhaustion and fear, tears shed in the quiet of their room when the kids couldn't see. But there were also moments of unexpected grace. Jason and Lily, sensing the heaviness, began helping more around the house. Emily's friend Sarah came by with groceries one afternoon, saying simply, "Everyone needs help sometimes." And Daniel, though weary, never stopped fighting to find a way forward. One evening, as Emily sat alone on the porch, Sarah joined her, handing her a cup of coffee. "You know," Sarah said gently, "what you two are facing. It's bigger, stronger, and beyond anything most people expect in marriage. But you're not alone in it. You've got love, you've got family. That's what will carry you through." Emily's eyes stung with tears. For the first time in weeks, she felt a glimmer of hope. Months passed, and while the road was far from smooth, slowly things began to shift. The project Daniel had risked so much on finally showed signs of success. Investors who had once turned him away began to call. The long nights and endless worry started to ease, little by little. One crisp autumn evening, Emily sat with Daniel on the porch swing. The kids played in the yard, their laughter echoing into the twilight. Daniel squeezed her hand, his eyes tired but softer now. "I'm sorry for carrying it alone," he said. "I thought I was protecting you. But I see now we're stronger when we face things together." Emily leaned against him, resting her head on his shoulder. "We've been through the storm," she whispered, "and we're still here." The sky above them stretched wide, endless and breathtaking. And for the first time in a long while, Emily felt peace. Life had tested them with something bigger, stronger, and beyond anything they had faced before. But in the end, love had proven bigger still.